Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life keeps knocking you down? Ever wondered how some people stay calm, strong, even when everything around them falls apart? What if real victory doesn't come from controlling the world, but from mastering your inner world? Picture this. Two people lose their jobs on the same day. One collapses, angry, afraid, overwhelmed. The other takes a quiet breath, smiles, and begins planning his next move. Same event, different reaction. So, who really won? Welcome to Insightful Journey. If you're done fighting through life and ready to discover real unshakable strength, this is the place. In this series, we explore timeless Buddhist wisdom, teachings that don't just sound good, but can actually transform how you meet every challenge. But before we begin, something important. So many watches, so few subscribe. If this speaks to you, if it helps you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It fuels our mission and your growth. Let's rise together. Buddhism doesn't tell you to escape your problems. It teaches you to face them with clarity, with courage, with a quiet heart. Real power isn't loud. It doesn't scream or fight. It shows up as peace, as calm choices, as the kind of strength that can't be shaken because it doesn't depend on anything outside of you. The Buddha said you are your own master. No one can rescue you, but no one can stop you either. When your mind is steady, life becomes simpler, because the real battle isn't out there, it's in your thoughts, your habits, your ego, and it can be won from within. This is just the beginning. As the series unfolds, you'll learn how to let go of what weighs you down, how to pause before you react, and how to discover true power in stillness. Stay with us. Your mind is stronger than you think, and when you free it, you begin to win. Truly, let's begin. Mastering response over reaction. So you want to win in life? Then listen. Like a still lake listens to the wind. Victory doesn't begin with force or speed or domination. It begins in the pause, that sacred space between what happens and how you respond. Every day, life throws something at you, a harsh word, an unexpected change, a memory that stings, and each time you are given a choice, react or respond. Most don't choose, they react like drums that echo the moment they're struck. But you can be different. You can be like the mountain, still, rooted, wise. Watching, choosing, acting, not from fear but from clarity. Reaction is fast, hot, and emotional. It comes from wounds, from habit, from pain. But response, it's deliberate, calm, intelligent. It comes from presence, from self-mastery. The Buddha once said, "An angry man is like one who throws burning coals at another with his bare hands." So ask yourself, when you lash out in anger, stress, or panic, who burns first? Always you. Now remember this, winning isn't about conquering others, it's about not being conquered by yourself. True mastery begins with a pause. When someone insults you, do nothing. Feel the heat rise, but don't speak. Breathe. Let the wave pass, and then ask, what does this person's anger have to do with my peace? Most times the answer is, nothing at all. When bad news arrives, your heart may race. Let it race. Watch it. Whisper to yourself, this is fear visiting me. Treat it like a guest, not a master. You are the home. Emotions only pass through. You don't need to fight your reactions. You only need to see them, because what you see clearly loses its grip. That is mindfulness. And mindfulness is the master key that unlocks every locked door. There's a story from the Buddha's life. A man came to him, furious. He yelled. He insulted. He cursed. But the Buddha sat still, calm as the earth. He said, "If someone offers you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The man had no answer, and the Buddha smiled gently. "Then I do not accept your anger. This is the art. Not pushing back, not running away, but standing calm, like a deep well, clear, still, unmoved. Because when you can do this, you'll see something remarkable. Most problems dissolve, simply because you didn't feed them. So how do we train for this? Not by reading books alone, not by meditating on mountaintops, but by living moment to moment. Start small. You spill something, pause, smile. Someone cuts you off, breathe, before you speak. These are your training grounds, your daily dojos. Response is like a muscle. You build it one breath at a time, one pause, one kind word instead of a sharp one. It's okay to feel anger. Just don't throw it. Hold it gently, like a hot cup. Set it down when it cools. A wise person doesn't feel less. They simply don't let feelings drive the wheel. You are not a slave to your reactions. You are the master of your mind. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response. Not because you're empty, but because you've chosen peace over proving a point. There is more strength in quiet patience than in shouting to be heard. Even in the storm, the ocean has a still place, deep below. Find that place, sit in it, speak from it, and soon you'll see, people begin to respond to your stillness. They feel your calm, they respect your peace. In Buddhism we call this equanimity, a mind steady in gain and loss, praise and blame, success and failure. The world will spin, let it. You don't have to sway with every wind. Look at the candle. It burns slowly, gives light quietly. Even in the dark it doesn't panic, it simply shines. You too can be that light, quiet, warm, steady. Yes, people will test you, they'll try to pull you into their chaos. Don't go, you don't owe them your energy, you don't need to match their frequency. Rise above, not with pride, but with peace. The strongest warriors are not the loudest, they are those who trained their minds to stay calm when the world is not. That is your power, no one can take it, not even your mistakes. And when you fall, respond with kindness. Don't beat yourself up, that's just another reaction. Instead say, now I understand better. And move forward, because every reaction is a seed. Plant anger, grow conflict. Plant calm, grow understanding. What kind of garden do you want your life to be? When you pause before responding, you choose freedom. You step off the stage. You stop being the puppet and become the puppeteer of your life. Each breath rewires you. Each choice reshapes you. Your nervous system softens. Your heart opens. You begin to glow quietly. Maybe the world won't notice at first, but that's okay. This change is for you. Your peace is your victory. So today, carry this with you. Observe, pause, choose. Not just with others, but with yourself. The next time you feel the fire rise, remember you are the mountain. You are the candle. You are the deep well. You don't need to control everything. Just control how you meet it. And when you do, you won't just win the moment. You'll win your life. Let your fire be steady. Let your breath lead. Let your awareness sharpen and your heart stay soft. This isn't just a practice, it's a way of being. A path you walk, step by step. Still, clear, every pause you choose, every breath you take in awareness, brings you closer to real strength. Not the loud kind, not the kind that shows off, but the kind that lives deep in your bones, unshakable, unseen, but felt by everyone around you. You're not here to fight the world, you're here to master yourself. And once you do that, every situation stops being a threat. It becomes a doorway, a chance to shine, a chance to grow, a chance to respond, not like a victim, but like the Buddha. So walk on, gently, mindfully, powerfully. You're already on the path, and with each breath, you're walking deeper into your true self. Keep going. You are already winning. The power of right view and clarity. Sit down, child. Take a breath. Not a forced one, just a soft, honest breath. Let the world fade for a moment. Let the sounds pass, like birds in the sky. You don't need to chase them. They come, they go, good. Now listen. This part matters. Most people live like travelers, lost in a forest at night. They stumble. They panic at every sound. They curse the trees and blame the darkness. But the problem is not the forest. The problem is the absence of light. That's how many people live. They struggle through life not because life is cruel, but because their view is clouded. They don't see life as it is. They see it through fear, through anger, through judgment, memory, and desire. They react, not to reality but to their own projections. That's why they suffer. That's why they lose. In Buddhism, we call this right view, the very first step on the Noble Eightfold Path. But don't let the word confuse you. It's not about judging good or bad. It's about seeing clearly, seeing what's actually here, not what your mind is adding to it. Let me tell you a story. A man is walking down the street. Someone bumps into him, says nothing, and walks away. The man becomes angry, shouting, swearing, full of fire. His day is ruined. Now imagine the same man, same situation. He gets bumped. But this time he sees the other person is blind. In an instant the anger dissolves. Compassion rises. Nothing changed, except his view. That's the power of clarity. Right view doesn't come from books. It doesn't come from clever words or wise monks. It comes from looking inward and asking, what am I really seeing? And what am I imagining? Most people don't see reality. They see a story about reality. You lose your job. Your mind screams, I'm a failure. But is that true? Or are you simply a person who lost a job? Your friend doesn't reply. You think, they're ignoring me. But maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe their battery died. Maybe they're grieving. You don't know, and if you see clearly, you'll stop jumping to conclusions that hurt you. Clarity is kindness. Clarity is power. When your view is right, you stop reacting blindly and begin responding wisely. You stop being a puppet. You become the master of your mind. And isn't that what victory really being? Now you may ask, how do I get this right view? It begins in silence, not the world's silence, but the silence within you. When your thoughts slow, even for a few seconds, your mind becomes like still water. And only in still water can you truly see. But in muddy water, everything is distorted. So each day, make space to be still. Just sit, breathe, let your thoughts come and go. Don't chase them. Don't fight them. Just watch. At first it won't be easy. Your mind will rebel. It'll say, this is boring. Or this doesn't work. Smile at that. It's just the noise of old habits, dying. Keep going, softly, patient, and one day you'll notice, you don't have to believe every thought. You don't have to obey every emotion. You can simply observe. And in that observing, your freedom begins. Now hear this, clarity won't make suffering disappear, but it will prevent unnecessary suffering. When your view is wrong, you carry 100 pounds of pain for a 1-pound problem. But with right view, even a 100-pound problem feels lighter because you understand it. You respond with wisdom, not panic. Let's go deeper. Right view also means understanding impermanence. Everything changes, everything. Your emotions, your body, your thoughts, your relationships, your circumstances. And most of your suffering, it comes from resisting that truth. We suffer not because things change, but because we believe they should. When you see that everything rises and falls, you stop clinging, you stop grasping, you start flowing with life, not fighting it. So today take this with you, see clearly, pause often, respond gently, train your mind like a flame that doesn't flicker in the wind. Let your inner silence become your greatest teacher. Let your breath lead you back to the present. Let clarity sharpen your vision and compassion soften your voice. This isn't just a practice, it's a path a way of walking, a way of being, one breath, one choice, one moment at a time. And if you stay on it, you won't just survive the forest, you'll light it up. You become gentle, flexible, calm. You don't break when the wind blows. You bend, and then you rise again. Right view also means seeing cause and effect, karma. Your actions matter. Your thoughts matter. What you choose today becomes what you feel tomorrow. Even if the results aren't immediate, they're there, quietly growing, like seeds beneath the soil. When someone hurts you and you don't respond with hate, that's a seed. When you choose patience instead of anger, that's a seed. When you walk away from drama, gossip, and ego, you are planting peace. Right view lets you see clearly what you're planting. And once you see that, you begin to choose wisely. But remember this, right view is not something you gain once and keep forever. It's like cleaning your glasses every day. Every emotion adds fog. Every situation brings dust. So you keep clearing, again and again. That is the practice. Many people believe that winning means proving others wrong, or reaching some shiny version of success. But real winning is much simpler. It's being at peace, in the middle of the storm. It's seeing clearly while others are confused. It's choosing presence while the world plays games. You don't need to shout to win. You just need to see. So walk slowly, watch closely, listen deeply, don't rush. Every moment in life is offering you a lesson, a truth, a gift. But if your view is clouded, you miss it. With right view, you begin to understand not just the world, but yourself. You start to see your triggers, your fears, your old patterns, and gently you step outside of them, and when you do that, you've already won. Not by force, not by cleverness, but by truth. So keep going, child, keep watching, keep clearing the fog, because when the mind is clear, the path appears, and no one can stop you. Letting go, the art of non-attachment. Sit down, my child. Let your breath be soft. Let your shoulders drop. Let the weight you carry rest, just for a moment. Today I'll speak to you of something old, something deep, something simple but so hard for most hearts to practice. Letting go. You carry so much, pain, memories, hopes, people, regrets of the past, fears of the future, what was said, what never happened, what should have happened. It's as if you're a traveler dragging 100 heavy bags, and deep down you fear, if I let go, I'll lose. But listen carefully, letting go is not losing. Letting go is freedom. Imagine standing in a river, trying to hold on to the water. You clench your fist around it, and what happens? The water slips away, and you're left tired, frustrated, and empty. But if you just open your hand and let it flow, you feel peace. That's life. Try to grip it too tightly, and it slips away. Let it move, and it becomes beautiful. In Buddhism, we speak of owning nothing, not even our thoughts, not even our feelings. We say this too is not mine. Even your thoughts are like clouds in the sky. Let them pass. You are not the clouds, not even the sky. You are the space through which all things come and go. When people hurt you, you hold on to the pain. Why? Because you believe remembering it will protect you. But in truth, it's like hugging a burning coal and hoping they get burned. The coal only burns you. Forgiveness isn't weakness. Forgiveness is dropping the coal. It's choosing peace over poison. Letting go does not mean you stop caring. Not at all. It means you care without needing control. It means you love without chaining someone to your expectations. It means you trust the flow of life. Even when you don't understand it, you stop trying to fix everything, and you start being with everything. Why do people suffer so deeply in relationships? Because they attach themselves tightly to how they believe things should be. They fall in love and try to freeze the other person in place like a photograph. Don't change. Stay like this. Make me happy. But people change. You change. Life moves. If you keep demanding stillness from what is always flowing, You will always be disappointed. Letting go means opening your heart like the sky. Let everything pass through, and hold nothing. If someone loves you, let them love you freely. If they leave, let them leave peacefully. Don't grab. Don't beg. Don't trap. If the love is real, it will stay. If it's not, it was never yours to begin with. And sometimes you must even let go of who you used to be. Yes, that version of you that was strong, or joyful, or full of hope, the one who laughed more, trusted more. But life changes us. The seasons of the soul turn, and sometimes you must let the leaves fall. That's not failure. That's growth. That is growth. A tree does not mourn the falling of its leaves. It knows new ones will come. You ask, how do I let go? Start here. Become aware of what you're holding. Often we don't even know how tightly we're gripping something until we stop to notice the ache. Be still. Breathe. Feel what weighs heavy inside you. Is it a memory? A person? A regret? A fear? Name it. Hold it gently in the light of your awareness, like a candle in the dark, and softly say to yourself, it's okay. I release you. You may have to say it 100 times. That's okay. Each time, the grip softens. Each time you are one breath closer to freedom. Letting go is not a one-time act. It's a daily practice. Just like you clean your room, you must clean your heart. Again and again. When the pain returns, don't feel defeated. Simply begin again. Gently. Patiently. The Buddha taught that attachment is the root of suffering. But this does not mean you stop loving. It means you stop grasping. Imagine holding a bird. Squeeze too tightly. You hurt it. Hold it gently. It may stay. And if it flies away, you smile and let it go. Grateful it came at all. Letting go also means releasing your need to always be right. Releasing the need to control how others see you. You are not responsible for their opinions. You are only responsible for your truth, your peace. Every time you let go of needing approval, you gain a little more freedom. Real strength doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It moves like a mountain, silent and unshakable. Some things you carry, no one else can see. Silent grief. Unspoken fear. Wounds hidden behind smiles. Carrying them alone does not make you strong. Letting them go does. Sitting with your pain and whispering, I'm hurting, and I want to be free. That is courage. You don't need to run from your emotions. Let them rise. Feel the anger, the sorrow, the fear, but don't let them build a home in you. Let them pass like visitors. Serve them tea if you must, but do not ask them to stay. Letting go will not always feel peaceful. Sometimes it feels like heartbreak, like breaking open. But that break is where the light gets in. That break is where the seed cracks to become a tree. Some parts of you must fall away so that new parts can grow. And yes, some people will not understand your calm. That's okay. You don't need to explain your letting go. Let silence explain it. Let your peace speak for you. You may still love the people you've released. You may still remember the times, the places, but your peace no longer depends on them. That is true freedom. That is the art of non-attachment. Child, when you hold on to nothing, you can receive everything. When your hands are empty, the universe can fill them. Trust life. It knows where to take you. Your only task is to let go of the rope that burns your hands. The world will say holding on makes you strong. But I say, true strength is in surrender. The wind does not hold the leaves, and yet it carries them across the sky. So let go, breathe, smile, and begin again. That is the way of the unshakable mind. That is how you win, not by force, not by holding on, but by the soft power of release. And in letting go, everything begins to come together. Wisdom in the face of adversity. Sit down, my child. Let me remind you of something most people forget when life becomes difficult. Adversity is not the enemy. It is the teacher. You may feel like you're losing when things fall apart, but that's only because your eyes are still focused on the surface. Look deeper. When the wind howls, a tree has two choices: break or bend. The wise learn to bend. The unwise keep asking, why is this happening to me? But the wise ask, what is this trying to teach me? Let me share a story. A man once came to me furious at life. His business had failed, his family had turned away, his mind was full of fire. He asked, why is life so unfair? I poured him a cup of tea, and kept pouring. Even when the cup overflowed, he shouted, stop, it's spilling. I looked at him and said, just like your mind. When your mind is full of fear, complaint, and expectation, there is no space left for wisdom. Wisdom can only enter an empty cup. Do you know what most people do when they encounter a mountain? They try to move it. They waste all their strength pushing against it. But the wise, they walk around it. Some even climb it and enjoy the view from the top. Adversity is not your punishment. It is your training. It is life shaping you into something stronger, something deeper, something real. Every difficulty is like a stone on the path. You can trip over it or you can step on it and rise. The stone doesn't choose. You do. Let's go deeper. In Buddhism there is a word. It means suffering, dissatisfaction, discomfort. It was the first truth the Buddha taught. Not to make us sad, but to be honest. Everyone suffers. Rich or poor, old or young. No one escapes it. But here is what most people miss. Dukkha is not a life sentence. It's a signal, a whisper from within. A gentle call that something inside you needs attention. A storm may come. You cannot stop the wind. But you can find shelter. And the shelter is not outside. It is within your own awareness. When your mind is clear, like still water, even the loudest storm cannot disturb you. One day a student asked me, Master, how can I stay calm when people insult me? I smiled and said, if someone offers you a gift, and you don't accept it, who does it belong to? He paused, then said, it still belongs to them. I nodded. Then don't accept their anger. Let them keep it. This is wisdom in adversity. To realize not everything deserves your attention. Some fires burn brighter when you blow on them. So let them fade. Let them burn out on their own. Life is full of moments that won't go your way. You will be misunderstood. Your plans will fall apart. Your health will change. Time will move faster than you want it to. But always, you still have a choice. You choose how you see the situation. Many think winning means overpowering others. But in Buddhism, winning means being stronger than your own reactions. Imagine standing beside a rushing river. The water is wild. Leaves, mud, debris, noise. That river is your mind, your thoughts. A painful moment happens, and your mind races. This is terrible. Why me? I can't handle this. You want to jump in, to fight the current. But I tell you, sit on the bank, watch, let the river pass. Do not chase your thoughts. Do not believe all of them. Just observe. Soon the waters settle. And when they do, wisdom appears. Never try to fix everything while you're still in chaos. First become still. From that stillness, your next step becomes clear. That is not weakness. That is the greatest strength. People ask me, how do I become wise? I say stop reacting. Start watching. Watch your mind, your thoughts, your emotions. You will begin to see what is real and what is just noise. The Buddha said, hatred is never ended by hatred. It is ended by love. This is an eternal law. When someone attacks you, you do not win by striking back harder. You win by becoming so still that their weapons fall through you like wind. In adversity, you discover who you really are. A person who is calm only when life is easy is not truly calm, but one who can smile through pain, speak gently under pressure, walk slowly in a storm. That person has found true power. Do you know the bamboo? For years it shows no sign of growth. People think it is dead, but beneath the surface, it is growing deep roots, and then suddenly it rises, tall, fast, unshakable. Your strength is like that bamboo. Adversity builds your roots. So when things don't go your way, stop asking, how do I escape this? Start asking, what is this here to teach me? Maybe it is teaching patience. Maybe surrender. Maybe it's teaching you how to remain kind even when the world is not. A wise person treats adversity like a mirror. It reflects back your fear, your pride, your anger. It shows you the work you still have to do. Use it to cleanse yourself, not to crush yourself. I once saw two people get caught in the rain. One cursed the sky, the other danced. The rain didn't change. They did. So when trouble comes, don't shout at it. Don't curse the sky. See, breathe. Be still. Let your mind become clear like a mountain lake. In that clarity, answers rise. You won't need to force anything. You won't need to win anything. You will simply understand. Wisdom in adversity isn't about escape. It's about clarity. And clarity is victory. The storm may come, but you are not the storm. You are the sky. Winning through stillness and silence. Silence is not empty. It is full of answers. You see, young one, the world today is noisy, endlessly moving. People rush, they talk too much, argue too quickly, scroll without pause. But in all that movement, they miss the secret. True strength is not in shouting louder or running faster. It is in stillness. It is in silence. When a pond is disturbed, you cannot see your reflection. But when the water is still, it becomes a mirror. Your mind is the same. When it's always moving, always reacting, always judging, you cannot see yourself clearly. The silent way, winning without fighting. Zen wisdom. You can't make wise decisions when the mind is noisy. You can't feel peace when the heart is restless. But when you learn to sit, truly sit, to be still, to be silent, suddenly everything becomes clear. You begin to see not just the world, but yourself. This is the way of Zen. This is how you win without fighting. Let me share a simple story. A student once asked a Zen master, "Master, how can I find peace in this chaotic world?" The master smiled and said nothing. 1 minute passed. 2. Still the master remained silent. Growing restless, the student asked again, "Why won't you answer me?" The master opened his eyes gently and replied, "I've been showing you peace this entire time. But you were too busy listening for words. You see, silence is the answer. In silence the mind calms, the heart softens. And in stillness, you begin to see the world, not as chaos, but as it truly is. There is a quiet strength in doing nothing. Not the laziness of idleness, but the presence of awareness. Like a mountain unmoved by the wind. Like the ocean, vast, deep, still, though storms may rage above. When someone insults you, what do? You react. The fire rises, anger, hurt, pride. But what if you said nothing? What if you did nothing, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom? That silence would stop the cycle. The fire would burn out, because you gave it no fuel. This is how you win. Not with fists, not with arguments, but with presence, with peace. Buddha said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." And sometimes, even one word is too much. True peace doesn't come from language. It comes from the space between words, from the space between thoughts. If you wish to move through life with clarity, you must learn to pause, to breathe, to listen, not just to others, but to the silence beneath everything. Because when you are still, you begin to hear the truth in people's words, their fear, their pain, their need to be seen. And in that awareness, you gain the power to respond with compassion, or with stillness, or simply with presence. People think winning means having the last word. But the wise know, he who doesn't need to speak has already won. The world will test you, people will misunderstand you, provoke you, challenge your peace. But if your mind is still, if your heart is calm, you will not fall. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes true power is this: to bow, to smile, to walk away. That is not weakness, that is mastery. In Zen they say, sit still, do nothing. Spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. What does this mean? It means life knows what it's doing. You don't always need to push, fix, or control. Sometimes, the most powerful act is to wait, to trust, to flow. Have you noticed, after every storm, the sky becomes clearer? But you can't rush the storm, you can only be still while it passes. In your life, storms will come: anger, grief, failure, confusion. But you don't have to enter every storm. Be like the mountain, watch it pass. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing forever. It means pausing long enough to see clearly. And when you act from stillness, your action is precise, it is sharp, it is kind, it is true. A sword drawn too quickly cuts wildly, but a sword lifted in stillness never misses. So now, young one, listen carefully. Every day take a few minutes, sit, no phone, no music, no goal, just breathe. At first, your mind will fight. It will shout, "This is boring, you're wasting time." But stay until the noise fades. Stay until the silence rises. Because that silence, that stillness, is not empty. It is full of peace. It is full of you. It is where your true power lives. The power of stillness. Zen Master's teaching on inner strength. That silence is where wisdom is born. But don't mistake silence for weakness. A tiger moves through the forest without sound, yet its power is undeniable. The wind makes no noise until it moves, and when it does, it shapes mountains. You too can be like that, calm on the outside, powerful within, not shaken by opinions, not ruled by emotions, not disturbed by the storms of life. This is the strength of stillness. This is the warrior who doesn't fight, yet wins every battle. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat alone in silence? When was the last time you let your thoughts slow down? Try it. Just 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Sit still. Breathe deeply. Feel your heartbeat. Feel the breath moving through you. Feel the space surrounding you. Let your thoughts come, but don't follow them. Watch them, like clouds drifting across a quiet sky. And then you'll begin to notice something. A calmness that was hidden. A peace you forgot you had. That calmness is your strength. That stillness is your power. That silence is your victory. Don't chase loud answers. The loudest voices often echo the shallowest truths. The real answers come in whispers. And to hear whispers, you must be quiet. So remember this truth. In stillness you see, in silence you hear, in calmness you win. Not by being louder, not by being faster, but by being still. And in that stillness, you become unshakable. The Eightfold Path to Unstoppable Strength. Let me tell you a story. In the stillness of the mountains, a student once asked his master, "Master, how does one become truly strong? Not just in body, but in mind and spirit. How does one win every situation in life?" The Zen Master smiled, his eyes calm, yet deep like a well. He said, "True strength isn't the force that breaks things apart. It is the harmony that holds everything together. It's not the shout that conquers, but the silence that understands." Then he spoke of the path the Buddha taught, the Eightfold Path, a compass for the soul, a way to move through confusion and pain into light and clarity. First, the Master said, is right view. You must see reality as it is. Understand that everything changes, that suffering comes from craving and clinging. Imagine this, you're holding a rope that's on fire. Your first act of wisdom is not to pull harder, but to let go. Next is right intention. It's not enough to see clearly, your heart must align with your vision. Right intention is choosing kindness over cruelty, compassion over greed, peace over power. Because how can you win a battle when your own heart is in conflict? When your intentions are pure, you stop being your own enemy. The third step is right speech. Words carry weight. They can wound or heal. They can destroy trust or build it. Speak truthfully. Speak gently. Avoid lies, gossip, and harshness. When your speech is right, you create harmony, even in the middle of conflict. The strength of stillness, the path of the inner warrior. The master smiled gently. Remember, he said, winning every situation doesn't mean being the loudest voice in the room. Sometimes, the greatest victory is silence, or a single kind word spoken at the right time. He paused. Now listen well. The fourth step is right action. Your actions shape your world far more than your words. To live with integrity, to do no harm, to walk gently but firmly on the earth. This is how trust is born. When your actions are right, you carry an invisible arm like an umbrella in the rain. Right action protects you from inner storms. It keeps your heart clean, your path light. The fifth step is right livelihood. How you earn your living nourishes or poisons your choose work those uplifts. That does no harm to others, that aligns with your values. Even if your path is simple, if it is honest, it will bring peace, because peace doesn't come from wealth. It comes from living without regret. The sixth step is right effort. This is not about pushing or forcing. It is about steady, patient persistence. The quiet determination to release what is unwholesome and water the seeds of what is good. Like tending a garden, pull the weeds, nourish the soil, and trust the bloom will come. The master's eyes sparkled. Winning doesn't always look like success. Sometimes, it looks like simply not giving up. Seventh is right mindfulness. Be here, right now. Watch your thoughts. Notice your breath. Feel what you feel, but do not become it. Mindfulness is like a lantern in the dark. It reveals what the eye cannot see. When you are present, you stop sleepwalking through life. You wake up, and in waking, you choose wisely. Finally, the eighth step, right concentration. This is the art of deep focus, the quieting of the mind until it becomes like still water, reflecting everything clearly. When the mind is still, you begin to hear your true voice. You connect with something deeper, the part of you untouched by chaos. The master folded his hands. The Eightfold Path is not a cage. It is not a command. It is a compass, a map to strength that doesn't shout, to peace that doesn't break. Each step supports the others, like threads in a cloth. Walk it slowly, with care, with love. Remember, he said, strength that arrives too fast often fades. But strength grown through wisdom and kindness endures every storm. The student bowed deeply, moved by the words. Master, he asked, how do I hold all this when life pulls me in every direction? The master smiled again, soft and steady. Begin where you are, not in perfection, but in presence. One breath, one step, one moment at a time. When anger rises, return to right intention. Before you speak, pause and choose right speech. When the mind wanders, gently return to right mindfulness. Every small act of awareness is a quiet victory. And remember this, true strength isn't about conquering others, it's about mastering yourself. The student felt a deep calm settle in his chest. He understood now, the path to unstoppable strength wasn't made of force, it was made of wisdom, compassion, and steady effort. The master rose. Go now, he said, and walk the path with patience. For the true victory is the journey itself, transforming pain into power. Transforming pain into power. A Zen Master's teaching. Sit down, breathe, and listen carefully. Today I will not tell you how to escape pain, I will teach you how to transform it. Pain is not your enemy. Though you've been taught to run from it, to numb it, to deny it, pain is a teacher, perhaps the most honest one you'll ever meet. The problem is not pain itself, it is our refusal to face it. You see, when you run from pain, you never hear what it came to say. Let me tell you a story. A young man once came to me, his eyes full of tears, his shoulders heavy with sorrow. "I've lost my job," he said. "My partner left me. I feel abandoned by life. Why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong?" I looked at him softly and replied, "Nothing. Life simply changed direction. Your pain is not a punishment, it is an invitation." He looked confused, so I continued. "Pain knocks on your door when something within you is ready to grow. But if you keep the door closed, it will keep knocking louder each time. When you numb it, deny it, escape it, you delay your own transformation. Do you know how the lotus grows in the filthiest mud? Without the mud there is no lotus. Just like that, without pain, there is no deep wisdom, no enduring strength, no real compassion. Pain is not something outside of you. It becomes part of your story, but you have the power to decide how the story goes. So how do we begin the transformation? First, stop running. Sit with the pain. Don't label it as good or bad, just observe it. Where does it live in your body? Is it a tightness in the chest, a heaviness in the belly, an echo in the mind? Watch it. Breathe with it, gently, without judgment. This is not easy, but it is simple. You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to smile through your suffering. All you need is to be present. And when you're truly present with pain, you begin to understand it. And when you understand it, you stop fearing it. Then comes the second step. Learn from it. Ask your pain, "Why have you come?" Sometimes pain comes to show you that you placed your worth in people or titles that were never truly yours. Sometimes it comes to push you out of a comfort zone that was secretly a cage. And sometimes it comes to teach you compassion for yourself and for others who walk silently through their own storms. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you meet it. With silence, with presence, with grace. But no matter the pain, no matter the storm, you can always choose how you respond. That choice is your secret power. That stillness is your inner victory. Let me tell you about an old monk. One morning, while preparing tea, he burned his hand. He did not cry out. He did not curse fate. He simply whispered, "Ah, so even this is part of my practice." He did not enjoy the pain, but he welcomed it as part of the path. With calm breath, he let the sting become his teacher, reminding him to be present. This is how the wise live. They don't run from the fire. They learn to sit by it with open eyes, to understand its heat, and one day even find warmth within it. Some will say, "But my pain is too much. You don't know what I've been through." And you're right, I do not know your exact story. But I know the shape of suffering. It is a language. Every heart has spoken. You are not alone in this. Your pain is not a mistake. It is your gateway. And here is the most important truth. Pain will transform you, whether you want it to or not. But how it transforms you, that is in your hand. You can let it make you bitter or wiser. You can shut down or open deeper. You can harden or soften into someone more awake, more kind, more alive. That choice is always yours. There was once a tree that stood through a terrible storm. The wind tore its branches, the rain soaked its roots, lightning struck near its base. But when morning came, the tree stood taller, its roots now reaching deeper into the earth. That tree did not choose the storm, but it chose who to become because of it. You are that tree, and even in your hardest moments, You can whisper to yourself, I am growing. One day, you will look back and see your pain was not the end. It was the beginning of your power, the moment life cracked open so you could rebuild something stronger, more real, more you. This gift may come wrapped in thorns, but it is still a gift. Yes, pain will come again. Yes, life will shake you. But now you will no longer fear it, because you have learned it is not here to break you. It is here to shape you. Do not rush your healing. Some wounds require time, some nights feel endless. But even in the dark, the seed of light already lives within you. You do not need to chase it. You only need to stop running from yourself, and there, you'll find it. So take a breath. Feel what rises within you. Let it come, let it pass. You are not broken, you are becoming. And when you finally embrace your pain, you will find within it a strength that no one can take from you. That is how you win. Not with force, not with resistance, but with surrender, with understanding, with peace. That is the Zen way, and it is waiting for you in every breath, in every moment. Keep walking, keep trusting, keep watching. The power you seek is already within you. Let your pain lead you there. Karma and the long game of life. A Zen master speaks. Sit down, child. Rest your heart. Let the noise of the world fade, just for a while. Today, we speak of something many fears, many misunderstand, and many ignore. Karma, not as punishment, not as revenge, but as rhythm, as quiet justice moving through time. Let me ask you, have you ever planted a seed and expected it to bloom the next day? Of course not. You know the seed must be watered, nourished, and given time. That is how karma works. Every word you speak, every thought you hold, every action you take, is a seed. It does not bloom today, but when the season is right, it will rise. Many people seek quick wins, fast rewards, shortcuts to success. But the wise one knows, life is not a race, it is a rhythm. Karma is not instant, but it is certain. And just because you don't see the fruit today, does not mean your effort is wasted. If your heart is pure, if your action is right, then know this, you have already begun to win. Do not fear karma, fear forgetting it. Karma is not here to haunt you, it is here to guide you, to remind you, to awaken you. When you hurt someone and feel guilt, that is not karma punishing you. That is karma whispering, this was not your highest self, do better next time. When you help someone and feel warmth in your chest, that is karma too, the universe softly saying, yes, this is the path. But then some will ask, why do bad people seem to succeed? The long game, dear one. Yes, some rise fast, but if their foundation is built on lies, it will shake. Have you ever seen a tree grow tall without deep roots? It may stand a while, but the first real storm will break it. Karma waits, karma watches, karma moves when the time is ripe. And what about you? You who are kind but often feel broken. You who are honest but feel ignored. You who give your best yet see no reward. Let me tell you something. Nothing is wasted. Not one tear. Not one smile. Not one quiet act of goodness. Every time you choose patience over anger, every time you choose love over pride, you grow deeper roots. Roots the world cannot see, but they're there, and when the storm comes, you will not fall. You're not unseen, you're simply in the season of planting. Your harvest will come, but remember this, do not use karma as a weapon. Let them get what they deserve. This is not the voice of a peaceful soul. Let karma do its work. You stay clean, you stay kind. Do not let their darkness dim your light. The moment you wish harm upon another, you plant suffering in your own garden. Protect your soil. There's a story. A monk once walked through the marketplace. A man insulted him, cursed him, spat in anger. The monk did not reply. He simply bowed and walked away. Later, a student asked, "Master, why didn't you defend yourself?" The monk smiled. "If someone offers you a gift, and you do not accept it, to whom does it belong?" "To the giver," the student replied. "Exactly," said the monk. "And so, I left his anger with him." This, dear one, is the understanding of karma. You don't need to catch every stone thrown. Let them fall. Let them return to the earth, because karma is not only in action, it is in intention. Two people can do the same thing, one for applause, the other from love. One gives loudly to be seen, the other gives quietly to uplift. The action may look the same, but the seeds are not. One grows pride, the other grows peace. So always ask yourself, why am I doing this? The answer matters more than the act itself. And understand this, karma is not only personal. Families carry karma, nations carry karma. Even the planet breathes with karma. When people act with hate, the world suffers. When we choose greed, the earth bends under our weight. But when we choose peace, when we choose kindness, the world breathes again. So don't think your actions are small. You are connected to everything. A single kind act is like lighting a candle in a vast dark cave. It helps more than you know. Sometimes karma takes lifetimes. The Buddha taught that not all fruit ripens in one life. But that should not weaken your heart. You don't need to see the fruit to trust the tree. Keep walking, keep planting love. Let karma take care of the rest. And here lies a secret. When you truly understand karma, you stop fearing it and begin to shape it. You realize, if I change my choices today, I change my future. This is really power. You no longer feel like a victim. You become a creator. Do you feel that? That flicker of hope inside your chest? That is your power, returning, because karma is not fate. It is a river. And you, by how you walk, by how you think, by how you love, can change its direction. So even if you've stumbled, even if you've harmed, even if you've been lost, it is never too late. Start today. Start now. Plant one good seed, then another, then another. Slowly, the field of your life will bloom again. Never believe you are stuck. Never believe you are broken. Karma is movement. And as long as you breathe, you can change your path. The universe does not respond to your words. It responds to your energy. Walk gently. Speak kindly. Act wisely. Let the world rush. Let others chase and fall. You walk slow. You walk right. Because in the end, the slow walker, who stays on the path, reaches the mountain faster than the runner, who gets lost, chasing shortcuts. And so I leave you with this. Do not chase success. Do not fear failure. Just keep planting good seeds. Water them with patience. Shine upon them with honesty. And trust, one day, you will walk in the garden of your own making. Now go, and live, as if every step is watched by the sky. Because it is. And every step matters. Freedom from fear. The inner armor. Today, I speak to you about fear. Not the loud kind that shouts in the dark, but the quiet one, the one that hides behind your thoughts, moves in your breath, and sometimes even dreams with you. It whispers softly, "You're not enough. Something bad is coming. If you don't act fast, you'll lose everything." But listen closely. What if I told you fear is not your enemy? It is your teacher. Fear is born in the unknown. The mind, you see, is like a lamp. When its light is dim, shadows grow long. But when the light is strong, the shadows disappear. Fear is only a shadow. You don't need to fight it. You need to understand it. Most people think strength is hardness, but true strength is the softness that does not break. Like bamboo in the wind, it bends, but does not snap. That is how you must be with fear. Bend, but do not break. See it, bow to it, but do not follow it. When a warrior walks into battle, his first enemy is not the one with a sword. it is his own trembling heart. The wise warrior does not ignore fear. He bows to it, not in worship but in acknowledgement. Then, he walks past it. You too are in a battle, not to hurt others, but to free yourself from the prison of doubt. Why do we fear? Because we believe things will fall apart, because we believe we will lose money, respect, love, security. But nothing in this world stays. Even the sun sets. Even the mountains crumble. So what is it to truly lose? Fear grows when you hold too tightly. It dies when you let go. Let me share a Zen story. A student once said to his master, "I am afraid of dying." The master smiled and gently said, "Then live so fully that when death comes, you have nothing left to fear." You see, when we live in fear, we are only half alive. But when we remove fear, we live completely. You think fear protects you. It does not. It only exhausts you. It makes you hesitate when you should act. It keeps you awake when you should rest. It steals your peace and gives nothing in return. So why keep it? When I was younger, I feared many things: hunger, loneliness, shame. But I sat with each fear. I listened to them like old friends. And I learned, each one was trying to protect me. But their protection came with a price: my freedom. So I chose freedom. Close your eyes now. Ask yourself, what are you afraid of today? Failure, judgment, rejection. Hold your fear like a small bird in your hand. Don't crush it. Don't throw it away. Just observe. Then slowly open your hand. Let it fly. The Buddha never said life would be easy. He said we could be free, even in difficulty. That is the power of a calm mind. Fear will knock again. But once you learn not to open the door, it visits less often. Many people wait for the perfect moment, when they feel safe, when they have enough money, health, approval. But that moment never comes, because safety is not found outside. It is found in your breath, in your step, in the space between two thoughts. Have you ever stood in the rain and no longer cared that you were wet? That is freedom. Fear says, run. Stillness says, stay. And when you stay, the fear begins to fade. You are no longer its servant. You become its witness. Listen carefully. When you stop fearing loss, you become brave. When you stop fearing change, you become wise. And when you stop fearing fear itself, you become free. That is your inner armor. No one can give it to you, and no one can take it away. Zen teaches, when a wave comes, do not run, do not fight. Just surf. Fear is a wave. Ride it with a calm heart. You'll see it's not deep. It's just water. You won't drown. You'll float. I won't tell you to fight fear like an enemy. I will tell you to walk beside it, like an old companion you no longer need, but still greet with kindness. This is the gentle way. This is the true way. People ask, what if I fail? I say, what if you fly? They ask, what if they laugh at me? I say, what if their laughter means nothing? They ask, what if I lose everything? I say, then you will discover what cannot be lost. This world is loud. It tells you to be afraid, to shrink, to obey your fear. But your true heart knows better. It knows that beyond fear is a silent power, a strength that doesn't need to shout, because it already is. Fear may visit again. Let it. Offer it tea, smile, and when it is done speaking, gently show it to the door. Now walk forward, step by step. The path is not behind you. It is not far ahead. It is right under your feet. Walk with a quiet mind. Walk with no fear. And always remember, you are stronger than the thing you fear, the peaceful warrior within. No, this warrior is not what the world expects. He does not raise his voice. He does not fight for approval. He does not storm into battle to prove his worth. This warrior is calm. He is quiet, still like a mountain, and yet stronger than anyone you've ever met. People think strength is loud, that to be powerful you must push harder, speak faster, stand taller, But the strongest souls walk softly. They do not need to prove anything, because they know, they understand, they have seen the truth. The peaceful warrior is born the moment you stop reacting and begin observing. That breath you take instead of exploding, that is when the warrior awakens. When someone criticizes you and you do not fight back, but smile gently, that is when the warrior stands tall. You don't need armor to be strong. Your strength is in your stillness. Your power is in your peace. In Buddhism, there is a teaching, victory over others means little. Victory over yourself means everything. You may win 1,000 battles outside, but if you are losing the war within to anger, to ego, to fear, to desire, then you have not truly won. The peaceful warrior fights no one. He watches himself. He is mindful with his speech, gentle with his thoughts. He does not rush to attack. He waits. He sees. And when he moves, it is not with chaos, but with clarity. Imagine someone insults you, calls you lazy, worthless, small. The normal mind jumps to defend, to argue, to throw fire at fire. But what does that leave behind? Ashes. Now imagine the peaceful warrior. He hears the insult. He pauses. He asks quietly, is this true? If yes, he reflects, adjusts, grows. If not, he lets it pass, like wind through an open window. No anger, no fire, just peace. The world will test you. People will try to pull you into storms, but the peaceful warrior is not moved. He becomes the sky, vast, silent. This strength does not appear in a single moment. It grows slowly like a tree, rooted through small choices, patience instead of anger, silence instead of drama, compassion instead of revenge. Do not confuse peace with weakness. It takes immense courage to remain still in a world addicted to noise. It takes discipline to walk away when your ego wants to fight. It takes true power to stay kind in the face of cruelty. The peaceful warrior does not seek to win arguments. He seeks to understand. He listens more than he speaks. And when he speaks, his words carry the weight of truth, not volume. He moves like water, soft, yet able to cut through stone. Every moment is a test, not a test of the world, but a test of your mind. Will you react or respond? Will you attack or reflect? Will you be pulled by chaos or anchored in awareness? You are tested in traffic, in heartbreak, in disappointment, in silence. In each of these moments, the peaceful warrior watches. He does not sleep. He stays awake within. He knows, I cannot control the world, but I can master myself. That is his battlefield. That is where he wins. Some will mistake your stillness for weakness. Let them. You do not need to impress. You need to be free. Free from needing to win. Free from needing to be right. Free from every fight that doesn't serve your soul. The peaceful warrior walks away, not from fear, but from wisdom. He knows his time and energy are sacred. He gives them only to what matters. His life is not a battlefield. It is a sacred path. He sharpens his mind like a blade, not to harm but to cut through illusion, ignorance, confusion. He is always learning, always watching, always growing. When emotions rise, he bows, not in defeat, but in reverence. He does not run from anger, sadness, or fear. He welcomes them, learns from them, and lets them go. Like clouds in the sky, they pass. He remains. This is not easy. It is a path, a practice, a lifetime of returning to the calm center within. But each time you choose stillness over reaction, presence over pride, peace over ego, you are the warrior. You are already becoming. You have already won, the final realization. It takes honesty. It takes silence. But you do not have to master it all at once. Start small. Next time someone says something sharp, do not speak. Just breathe. Next time you feel the need to prove yourself, pause and ask, why do I need to prove anything at all? Next time fear rises, don't fight it. Smile gently and say, I see you. then keep walking. These are not big leaps, but they are the quiet steps of a warrior. You are not here to fight everyone. You are here to master yourself. You are not here to win every argument. You are here to protect your peace. You are not here to live loudly. You are here to live clearly. The peaceful warrior is not loud, but his presence is felt. He does not chase respect. He becomes respectable. He does not chase power. He becomes powerful, not through fear, not through force, but through understanding, compassion, and quiet discipline. This warrior lives in you. You do not need to become someone else. You only need to shed what is not truly you. Anger, pride, greed, jealousy. Let them fall away like old leaves. What remains is calm. What remains is clear. What remains is strong. That is the peaceful warrior, and you are already becoming him. So when life challenges you next, remember this: you are not here to fight. You are here to rise. You are here to respond, to see clearly, to remain still in the storm, to be soft yet unshakable, to win not through domination, but through awareness. Breathe deeply, walk gently. The peaceful warrior walks with you, and he is you. You have already won. Sit down. Take one deep breath. Let go of the rush. There's nowhere else to be. You've come far. You've walked with the wind, endured the fire, and sat in the silence. This is the end of the journey, but not the end of your path. This part is not about new teachings. It is about realization. Realization that everything you were searching for, strength, peace, clarity, was never outside of you. It was always within. What clouded your mind was not lack, but forgetfulness. The Buddha did not give people power. He helped them remember that they already had it. Winning doesn't mean dominating. It doesn't mean applause or approval, or having the last word. Real victory is silent. Real power is calm. The world says fight harder, prove yourself, rise above. But Zen whispers, sit still, breathe. Realize, you are already enough. Think of the mountain. It does not move when storms come. It does not argue with snow, or plead with the sun. It simply stands, silent, strong, and still. You are that mountain. When your mind is steady, when your heart is open, when your ego is soft, no storm can move you. In the past, you may have believed that winning meant getting what you wanted, but now you know, sometimes not getting what you want was your greatest gift. You've learned that peace does not depend on what happens. It depends on how you meet what happens. A traffic jam becomes stillness. A delay becomes rest. An insult becomes air. And fear becomes a teacher. Do you remember how it began? With tiredness, with struggle, with questions. And now you don't just know the answers, you live them. You have peeled away the layers: doubt, ego, expectation, fear, like removing heavy clothes on a hot day. And what is left now is you, pure, clear, awake, and because you live with presence, nothing can overpower you. Your silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your stillness is not ignorance, it is understanding. You do not need to chase the light. You are the light. You do not need to conquer the world. You have remembered yourself. And that is the final victory. You have already won the final breath. And your simplicity is not lack. It is fullness. It is the quiet richness that asks for nothing, because it already holds everything. You have arrived. But remember, this ending is not final. Life continues. Tests return. Seasons change. Winds rise again. But you are not who you once were. Even when you fall, you will fall more gently. Even when you're lost, you will find your center faster, because now you have your tools, you have your truth. Most of all, you have yourself. There will be days when the old mind tries to return, when fear knocks loudly, when anger whispers its old lies, but now you will recognize them. You will smile gently and say, "Ah," and let them pass, like clouds drifting through a wide open sky. Because you are no longer the storm, you are the sky itself, vast, calm, unshaken. So as this chapter closes, take one more breath, but this time, breathe as someone who no longer chases victory, because you are victory. Victory in stillness, victory in awareness, victory in peace. Thank you for walking this path, for listening not with your ears, but with your heart, for seeking wisdom, not noise. This is the way. This is the truth. This is the life that wins, not with shouting, but with silence. And before we part, just a soft reminder, so many walks through this channel, but only a small few, less than 2%, subscribe. If this journey touched you, even in the smallest way, if it gave you pause, gave you peace, please like, comment, share and subscribe to Insightful Journey. Let this message ripple outward to more hearts, more minds, more lives. Together, let us spread quiet strength in a noisy world. You are ready now. Go live gently. Go live wisely. Go live as someone who remembers you have already won.